Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, I'm glad you're here. Today I've got an unboxing slash overview, first impressions of a really cool knife that I traded for with a brother from another mother. It is the Pena Raptor. X-Series Raptor. We'll take a look at it here in just a second. Real quick, I want to say thank you to the channel members. I want to say thank you to anyone who subscribes to the channel, and thank you to anyone who just comes in and watches my knife and EDC content. Thank you all. If you're so inclined, hit the subscribe button. It really does help the channel. The bell notification icon keeps you updated on what's happening. But let's get into this knife. So this is a Pena Raptor, regular Raptor. Don't think they're currently making this knife. If I'm not mistaken, this one was a Blade HQ variation in Micarta and PVD coated M390, but it is an elegant little folder. Reminds me, and they always did. I've not owned a Pena. I've reviewed one of A to Z's and I really liked it because they reminded me of slip joints before I was into slip joints. Now that I've kind of taken a fancy to slip joints, I can really appreciate these knives. They're front flippers, which I typically am not a fan of. However, the way Pena does it, this particular one I can front flip just right over the top, where I can easily snap it open with the jimping that's so well done right there on top. Or if I want to just hit the front of the blade, whoops, that was my fault. I can hit the front of the blade, but it's just natural to hit it right here. And you've got jimping that goes all the way up and around, and when it locks up, it gives you jimping right here where your hand reaches. So this knife, I guess, had been around long before the Jack Wolf locking knives, and I've handled and really do like the Jack Wolf locking knives. I can tell you these knives, in terms of the bolster action, the lockup, the blade treatments, the thinness of the blade, a lot of this, and the size reminds me kind of that Jack Wolf knife. However, it's a Pena, it's an X-Series, it's a Raptor. I really dig it. It doesn't look like a Jack Wolf. I'm just kind of sharing my thoughts in terms of design elements, right? Kind of those modern materials, modern operation with a traditional type of design, right? I don't know what you would call this knife, like a swayback, slayback. I love the blade. I think it's very aggressive. It's got a very aggressive tip that's great for slicing, poking. The knife is just a laser beam. The tip is just as sharp as you could ever want. Just very impressive edge, very impressive grind, very impressive swedge. It's a smaller knife, which I really like, just to give you an idea. This is the big bug out, which is much bigger than the little Raptor. And then this is the baby bug out. Which is going to be right around the same size. So it's going to be right around the same size as the mini bug out, but to me it's a much more elegant carry. Does not feel as lightweight. It's got a little bit more mass to it. Give you an idea how it measures up to a Sharpie. A little bit longer than a Sharpie. So if we were going to look at that and get some true dimensions, we would learn that this guy is going to come in at 6.5 inches overall with a 3-inch blade, roughly. A little bit over 3.5, maybe a 3 3/4 inch handle. Cutting area 2 3/4 right under, and then your usable grip, for me, we'll call it 3.5 inches. That's to right here. You've got a really nicely done sharpening choil cut into this tang here. Really nicely done. Again, the action on this knife is superb. Very light blade, but still drops shut with just a little bit of a shake. Perfectly centered. Riot OEM's this little knife for Pena. It's got a nice titanium back spacer. M390 blade again. And then let's look at the thickness of this blade. .1180 blade stock, coming down to right about .0150, something like that, with a handle that I'm guessing is going to be around a half an inch. .5135, .5110, about a half an inch wide. Nice contoured micarta handles with the titanium bolster. They do feel great in hand. I do not feel the clip at all, and it goes in and out of pocket effortlessly. I've been carrying the knife. It feels great in pocket. Opens boxes like a dream. Detail cuts like a dream. Breaks down cardboard like nobody's business. Just works right through it. Great little cutter. Fantastic little knife. Stoked to have traded for it. I'm thinking we've got a hollow grind there. Kind of a deep hollow. Got some tape on my blade. Part of the fun. Let's get a weight on this guy. Angel got its wings. While my scale centers out, I will clean my blade since I'm OCD. 2.4 ounces. That is, to me, well under the inch per ounce. If we got a 2 3/4 inch cutting area, we got a 3-inch blade, right under 3 inch. I think the knife is perfectly masked. Feels great for a gentleman's folder. For someone who carries a traditional knife, this knife would do great in a slip. It is right carry only, so the clip's not reversible. Well, not reversible, but the kind of an ambidextrous type of deployment, but your lock bar is going to be right hand only, set up as right hand only, but a great little knife. This is the Pena Raptor, the Blade HQ edition. Keep an eye out. They come in and out of stock. I don't know what the status on future Penas are, but I'm sure they'll be back. They're popular little knives. I've really come to like them when I used to pass on them all the time. I was never that interested until I reviewed A to Z. Then I got very interested. So had a chance to trade for this one and was glad to do it. So this is the Pena Raptor. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you found it interesting, entertaining, or somewhat informative. Do me a favor, hit the like button, but most importantly, look out for the guy or gal to your left. Look out for the guy or gal to your right. Look out for each other. Go forward with love in your heart and choose debate, not hate. I love you all. Peace.